Hey guys, welcome back. So we have great news for the liberals. So last week, Trump got charged by the corrupt judge in New York to pay $355 million in fine. And New York is basically dead to me. I will never step foot in New York, and I recommend everybody else not to step foot in New York ever again because that place is a crapshoot. It's a state that needs to die. Basically, it's garbage. It's no longer the Big Apple. It's the big ish hole. That's what it is. So, um, and there was no victim in this case. Donald Trump had no victims. All the banks were paid back with interest. All the loans were satisfied. Did he get special treatments? Yeah, of course. I mean, we're talking about a lot of money here. So, with a lot of money, you're going to get some special interest. Do you think he was the only real estate developer in New York at the time? Or currently? No, he's not the only real estate developer. So, if this is what they're going to do to Trump, they need to go after every real estate mogul that ever built anything in New York. But they're not. This is a political witch hunt. This was 100% political. This was not to go after him because of criminal conduct. Um, and yeah, so I hope they don't get a dime, and I hope the Trump organization sells everything, even if they're gonna lose money on it. Sell it. Get the hell out of that stupid city. Get the hell out of there. For all the money you made that city, from all the stuff that you did for that city, they don't deserve a penny anymore. You should get the hell out, and I recommend everybody else to do the same thing. New York sucks, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So, few things happened. The day after um, the judgment, Trump came out with a sneaker line, sold out within 2 hours. Of course, there was only 1,000 sneakers at $3.99 a pop, but they still sold out. A GoFundMe was set up, but this is the best part of it. Oh, this is the best story of it. So you would think GoFundMe, being such a liberal company, they would shut this thing down in a heartbeat. Surprise. GoFundMe addresses calls to halt Donald Trump fundraiser launch to pay $355 million fine. Right? Let's read this. GoFundMe has an answer to those who have asked if Donald Trump fundraiser on their site goes against their policy. The page has so far raised over $500,000 since being launched to help the billionaire mogul pay off the $355 million fine from his New York fraud trial. GoFundMe says fundraiser is currently within our terms of service. There it is. GoFundMe is not going to bow down to the liberals anymore because they lost crap load of money by virtue signaling. In the aftermath of Trump being slammed with a whopping $355 million fine for fraudulently inflating his assets in financial documents by a New York court, MAGA supporters started raising funds via GoFundMe to offset the fine for the billionaire's mogul. The page, launched by Elena Cardone, the wife of real estate mogul Grant Cardone, has since raised over $500,000 and counting. However, several individuals took to social media to call out GoFundMe, saying that the fundraiser violates the policy. Some even put up screenshots of the company's terms of service in a bid to draw their attention to their complaints. So, yeah, so this is not gonna happen. You know, the cancel culture has gone rogue, and they're not gonna deal with it anymore. They're not gonna continue with the stupid cancel because two people got their butt hurts, right? That's not how it works anymore. Um, and this is a good wake up call for GoFundMe, and I hope they keep this up. As long as GoFundMe is not funding terrorism, I'm okay with it. Trump didn't do anything criminal that justify $355 million fine. If anything, if he bolstered his property values, that means he was able to build more for the city. Of course, he made more money, but that's how commercial real estate works. So if you're gonna hold him responsible, you gotta hold the bank responsible too, because the banks gave him the loan. The insurance company gave him the rates. They knew, because you can't just say my property is worth $600 million and the bank is going to say, oh yeah, we trust you. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, but this is what they portrayed it to be. And they were trying to say, oh, the county assessment value is this, and you said your house is worth this. Well, realistically speaking, county assessment value is always lower than what the appraised value is. In any real estate market you go to, the county assessment value is a lot lower than what the house is worth. I don't care where you live. I don't care. Unless your house is below $100,000, the county assessment is always lower than what the house value is. But let's continue reading this. In response to call-outs, Jelaine Drummond, the director of public affairs at the company, told Newsweek, this fundraiser is currently within our terms of service. This means that the fundraiser would be allowed to continue, allowing more MAGA supporters to pool their funds for the embattled billionaire and business mogul. Experts claim the Donald Trump GoFundMe won't cover the interest of the fine. Despite how impressive the fundraiser has been, an expert tagged it a futile effort, saying it won't pay off the interest on the fine. It's notable that it has raised less than $500,000 in 3 days. That won't even cover the interest he owes. University of Surrey America Politics lecturer Dr. Mark Shanahan told the news outlets, I mean, if people can add, we already know that's not going to cover the interest. He added, while any decision on whether he has to pay up could well be held up in the appeals process, and Trump's lawyer can find sufficient reason to persuade the judiciary to return his cases to court, by no means a given he will still have to deposit much of that he owes in escrow. He'll need much more than faithful MAGAs to meet the court's demand. Trump is expected to pay a 9% interest rate on the sum of damages as mandated by the state of New York. Additionally, per a pre-trial ruling on the case, the fine will continue to increase every single day until Trump complies. I hope he doesn't pay a penny. I hope he doesn't pay a penny to these people. These people do not deserve a dime. A dime is way too much for these people. But this is the state we live in. This is a kangaroo court process. He was not able to defend himself. The judge had already made up his mind without even hearing the evidence or looking at the evidence or letting anybody explain the evidence. He had already made up his mind. This judge is a disgrace to the court system. He basically wanted to make a last-minute name for himself before he fucking dies. And this is his legacy. A disgrace. So the justice system is corrupt. You know, we can tell. It's a kangaroo court. Letitia James, Fannie Willis, and what's the attorney general in New York? Who cares? I don't care anymore. These are all corrupt individuals, corrupt to the highest level, and obviously it's because they're Democrats. Democrats equal corrupt. That's it. That's the conclusion. If you have a Democrat next to your name, you are corrupt. You are corrupt. There's no going back at this point. So, anyways, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. Peace out.